Hey, this is Tony Salas with Diesel Talk. How you doing? Got to keep my eye on the lens right there. Look at that. Just to let you know, hey, I got this scan tool right here. This thing from TopScan from Top Done, and got a one. And this is a USB, not USB, a Bluetooth enabled interface. So in this case, I thought I'd talk to you about. I'm in my '06 F350 with a 6 liter, and what I'm doing here is I'm trying it out. So it works with your cell phone, so therefore works with your phone there. And in this case, it allows you to do some scanning. But here's the thing. I have many of those handheld little, I call them auto parts special scan tools, and I've tried other Bluetooth enabled adapters like this, but it's not the same brand. But what I'm trying to say is that I was actually rather impressed of what you can do with this. So therefore, let's, instead of talking so much, let's talk about it. I'm going to show you some of the screens as we move along. So take a look at it. Now, I am not getting paid by them or endorsed by them. They did provide me one through my ATEC channels to actually try it out. And in this case, if something works and I feel it could help you, and those of you guys that like to use tuners to see data, this is much better. So I'll discuss more of this as I'm showing you the screen. So let's go ahead and show it to you. All right, back in my office here, thought I'd talk about this again, this top done that we just introduced to you. Real quickly, the main thing I like about it, like I was talking on my roundtable discussion, is the fact that this, you know, iPhone based, scan tool actually works and does a few things. So those of you that this is dedicated for you guys that are the do-it-yourselfers, obviously if you're a shop tech, that's even okay to do. But what I wanted to showcase here is to show you is what's available here. And so, like I was saying, there's the auto parts special type of scan tools out there that just give you generic OBD2 data. So therefore, that OBD2 data is nice, but it would be nice to have a little bit of manufacturer proprietary stuff. And that's where I feel this Top Guru Pro actually works very good. So as I'm playing here, the recordings that I had on it, I was going to do it live on the truck, but it was a pain in the butt. But what I want to show you again is you start off on hitting on diagnostic. It has a lot more. As you can see, there's a DTC repair guide and technical service bulletins, but you're going to notice though, it's got the ability for you to install, proprietary manufacturer stuff. You can see the list of vehicles. And those of you that are watching this from outside the United States, you're going to see there's vehicles that don't exist here in the United States, but they're in other countries like Holden, that's based out of Australia there. So in this case, you got a lot to look at. So again, you can download that specific. So it's not necessarily generic. So I have it hooked up to my 6 liter, like I said, my 2006 truck. You're going to see the VIN number right there. It's going to read it. So at that point, you acknowledge what it means, what's the vehicle, and it's decoding the VIN. And there you see it's an '06 F350, as you can see, the F series there. So we're going to confirm that. And then at that point, this is where it gets interesting. It's going to go ahead and show you the actual computers that are equipped there. So this is where it's vastly different. So if you got a transmission control module, an ABS control module, you have other components. It's going to showcase them for you. So that's what we're going to see here at the computer. So give it a second because you're hooked up Bluetooth and you're hooked up to the vehicle, so it has ID, all the modules in it. Now this truck doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of options, but it's going to show you what's available there. So there's auto scan, there's the control service hot function, the vehicle profile right there. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next slide here. So let me move on to the next slide right there. And what you're going to see here is, again, the auto scan. And when you hit the auto scan, let me go ahead and mute this sound here. I don't want it to play sound here. I'm going to select, I believe I select the RMAK module, which is not part of it, is not equipped on the truck, but we are going to pick the PCM here in a second. So let me just fast forward a little bit, and there's your PCM. So when you select the PCM, let me backtrack a second. You're going to see right there, ECU info, read codes. Now, I'm going to show the codes first, but you can clear the codes, obviously, and you could read data, and there's some active tests you can actually do, such as kill cylinders. So that's another great thing is, are you running on all 8, 4, 6? In this case, this is an 8-cylinder engine. You could kill one cylinder at a time to see if they work. So in this case, where I like it a lot is the fact that under the PCM, and let me fast forward to the PCM section here, there's your PCM right there. You got continuous, and this is all part of the read codes section. You can read continuous codes. Now, if you're not a professional technician, what does that mean? That means those are the codes that the computer set on its own, which we know as traditional codes. But Ford calls them continuous memory codes. This is Ford. Now, there is what we call key on engine off, key on engine running self-tests. And this is where it's cool because, like I said, those auto parts handhelds, all they show you is just the codes that are in memory. But here you can command as if you were working with a factory scan tool or factory compatible scan tool. So there's a key on engine off self-test. There's key on engine off self-test for the injector. So you can cycle the injectors, which we call the buzz test. Some people call it the click test. And then you got your key on engine running self-test along with your key on engine running glow plug test. So if you're not familiar with this, maybe I'll make another video explaining these self-tests that Ford does, especially for those of you that are do-it-yourselfers. But basically what it means is with key on engine off or key on engine running, you're telling the PCM or the computer management system to actually diagnose its powertrain circuits and only powertrain, not ABS, not body, only powertrain. So to me, that's pretty damn good. I mean, I'm really impressed with that. So it works real good. So therefore, as I go ahead and have it run a self-test, it's going to tell you to make sure the parking brake is on, make sure it's in park or neutral. And at that point, it's going to give you codes. And that's an active key on engine off self-test that you're looking at there. So pretty cool, man. I mean, that's rather impressive that you're looking at that there. So yeah. So in this case, that's what you're looking at there. So anyways, moving on to the next one. As I leave the continuous memory codes, you're going to also see your data stream. Now, when you're looking at data stream, it has to load all the data parameters. It's going to load you all the scan data, which we call the PIDs, parameter ID, and that's engine coolant temperature. You're going to see the list of them anyways, but in this case, it's loading that list up. So I'm going to fast forward because it does take a little bit, like about 30 to 40 seconds, which we don't want to spend time on. Let me keep moving forward as I move forward there. And then you're going to see your list there. So again, it's going to go ahead and populate the whole list. And there's your whole list of different PIDs. Now the key on engine off is on this truck. So you're going to see the voltage low because this truck has been sitting for a while. So therefore, definitely going to see that there is a lot of data available. So for diagnostic purposes, and if you've watched, for example, my 6.0 videos that's on my channel, you're going to see that I do talk about the diagnostics and those PIDs that you want to look at. So you'll notice a lot of active PIDs there. So pretty amazing what you got available to you. So again, a long list of different PIDs to help you diagnose there. So pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, a lot of information there. So when I diagnose, so this is where the component also shines. Let me go to the next slide here. What it's going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select, let me go ahead and, oops, there we go. Sorry about that soundbite. What you're going to see is we're gonna select certain PIDs there. Again, you're going to notice I crank the vehicle. Yes, the voltage is low. It's going to climb up once the glow plugs are turned off, and it runs for about, oh, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. But in this case, we're going to look at the live data there. So there's, again, I know the voltage is low. I know because it's been sitting. Got to charge those batteries up again. But there's your FICM voltage, and then there's your battery voltage, and there's the big one for 6.0s. You know, there's desired injection ICP pressure and your actual injection control pressure along with your sensor voltage there. So that's pretty cool there. But what you can do is you can actually record, not record, but you can actually set, you can record too, but you can also pick certain data. So let me fast forward through here. And what I'm going to show you here is you can select certain data for you to do a diagnostic, sort of those things I like to see when I do a diagnostics. And those are select certain PIDs that I would want to use. So obviously I can select them and then I could put them in a graph mode. Now let me fast forward. Let me go ahead and go to the next slide. Again, let me kill that sound, but I don't know why I have sound there. But again, you're going to notice there's your selected data right there. And then you can change the view of it. So therefore, you can put it in a gauge mode. And here you're going to notice I picked the ICP actual and desired and put them in a gauge mode there. So you can put it up on your cell phone holder as you're test driving the truck or you're driving the truck. A lot of you like to do that with your tuners. This is not a tuner again, but this allows you to view data. And I have people that buy tuners just to observe data. And you can select whatever data and put it in a gauge form, such as your more sophisticated tuners. But again, this is not a tuner. So that's pretty good. You can also go ahead and, you know, go ahead and select it and put it in a bar graph kind of stuff. So you'll notice it's going to kind of a graphing method. I don't even know if I call it a bar graph, but it's actually more of a graphing method. And you could observe again, your pressures there. So this is a very popular PID to look at, especially as you're driving or you got a no start issue. You can look at the desired, and you can also look at the actual pressures that it's actually wanting there, and that's what you're looking at. So therefore, again, all nice information there for you. Again, I don't know about you, but it's pretty cool what you have available. So definitely want to take advantage of what is available here. Because again, for those of you who don't know, this is actually giving you specific manufacturer data. Most of your generic scan tools, your OBD scan tools that are sold out there, like those auto part specials, they don't go too much in depth, as you can see right here. So therefore, kind of crucial information that we typically don't. Not to mention, you can also kill cylinders as well. So, you got a lot available. So there's more to look at, but I thought I'd throw you the plug. They're not giving me any money to do this. I'm just doing it because, hey, this is a great handheld little, works off your cell phone right there, and it works real good. So therefore, something to watch. So all right, so that's it. Just a quickie there on this TopScan Top Guru scan tool available for you. Again, there's the price, and again, there's their website. Again, I'm not getting paid any money from them. I just want you to know what's available out there. So hopefully you can probably use it. So there you go. With that, thanks for watching. Subscribe, say a comment, tell me what you think. Any questions, let me know, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you.